This is London with Bitcoin Spike. This is what success looks like in the market. I want to show you, yes, we hit the golden short line today in the back. Look at the left-hand side. You see this golden short deployed, guys, as a signal in the back for VIP. Boom, boom. Then, guys, we were off to the races to the downside. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, not financial advice. Look at Venus, 894%. Boom. We're going to go over the additional technicals in play, the additional pickup lines in play. Look at this, guys. Impressive on the short. It's well over 900% right now, and 667% on the way up. Beautiful. You know, yesterday I lined out those targets to the upside. That conservative, or let's say starting with cautious, then the conservative, then the aggressive. We got within $60 of our specific aggressive target. Congratulations to the VIP. Want to talk about Gulshan as well. 1,500% profit today. Boom. I talked about yesterday the move. Ultimately went $232,000 in terms of move to the upside. Congratulations to the VIP. We are trading. We're trading. And guys, that's what the VIP is all about. It's what we do is we trade. Now, and guys, beautiful. Look at the indicator. I'm going to be deploying this next 24, 48 hours. We'll be giving it to the VIP, and we've done the legwork. We have done the write-up. We've done the validation with the mathematical code, mathematics and code involved. Very excited to be deploying this indicator for your benefit in 2022 when we are, guys, more excited. I'll let you know. I don't think we could be, though. Just to talk real quickly, La Jolla incoming. You know, La Jolla incoming. Headquarters being set up next week. We're excited about that. I'll expand that picture later. We'll also talk about something exciting to let you know. That's the crown jewel of California. Just beautiful. Can't wait to get there. Hello to California. We're looking forward to making a lot of new friends in the area with California. And VIP, looking at Bybit. Look at this, guys. Look at the website development. We have hired the Bybit development team for purposes of building the VIPtrader.com. VIPtrader.com will be the new stomping grounds of VIP, with signals, with community, with the framework to build out and advance your trade game through education and I'd say skill set practice. Now let's look at the parameters. Yes, we caught that top. Hugely important, guys, in addition to some of the tools and framework that we're putting together. Let's talk about, we got to talk about equities. This is extremely important. Equities. What happened with equities? And guys, pay attention to this, please. This is a big deal with equities. Let me move this up to the upside. First of all, let's go through some of those returns. All right, some of those returns to the for the VIP. Now we had Gulshan today. Gulshan reached that level of 1,500. Just to reframe, remark, and reinforce. 1,500. Gulshan went to the upside. Bam. Then to the downside. Boom. Right. Venus went to the upside. Bam. Then to the downside. Boom. About 900%. Then over 660%. These are VIP trades. When I reference these trades, I want to make sure that you understand that we're still using all our indicators. We're still fully framed around New York Institute of Finance. So if I receive a golden short, it's never to completely replace the full scope of fundamentals to include the daily momentum as we look at the MACD. Very important lesson today, guys. Please pay attention as we look at the specifics here on the MACD. What's important about the MACD? Well, I'll tell you guys, with the momentum going down over the last several days, in fact, and pay attention to this, you'll learn something, over the past 13 days, what does that mean? It means anytime that we're moving to the upside at all in the market, as long as we're heading down here on the daily momentum, MACD, guys, as long as we're heading down, any price action to the upside is going to technically be accompanied with a bearish divergence. Okay, if we have a move to the upside, it's going to be accompanied. As long as this daily momentum is heading down, we're technically going to be expressing a bearish divergence. Very important you understand that. That's the problem, that a move against the divergence, you can think of a divergence or against the indicator. You can think of a move against the indicator, right? If we're moving against the indicator and the indicator is down, I'm going to tell you guys, it's a bearish divergence. So looking at that daily is problematic. Looking at that 8 hourly, it's also trailing off now. It's problematic. Looking at the 4 hourly is also heading down, right? So when we move against any of those indicators with price, we're establishing a bearish divergence in the market. That's the easiest way to think about a divergence. What is a divergence? So in terms of this, let's go through the details. I want to talk about where is, and we wanted to talk about. Let me make sure I cover this. I covered it with VIP. Always going to cover these issues with VIP first. The important componentry, the important aspect that you're going to see. Let's clean up that chart on the left there. Is going to be the following on the Bollinger Band. Once we cross over that 20 Bollinger Band on the 4 hourly, we've crossed over. And what is our downside target? Since we did the crossover of that 20 moving average, the tactic established, I'd say recognized by the New York Institute of Finance, where Wall Street goes to school, is that this bottom band now becomes the target. Guys, mark that bottom band, boom, as the target, 18,347. And yes, that target can move. It'll move as the Bollinger Band, that lower Bollinger Band moves, but that's our marked target at 18,332 per the New York Institute of Finance. Always considering your other indicators as well. Never fully relying just blindly on one strategy, guys. You have to encompass all of the strategies, I'd say all the indicators in the entirety of your TA work, guys. That's just the bottom line with the market. However, this strategy's played out beautifully well in certain time frames. You know that. We brought them to you. They've been slam dunk moves at times. Now, looking at the framework, after we look at that Bollinger Band, let me see if there's something we need to cover on this specific chart. Let's just do this on the left-hand side. Now, having talked about the returns, having talked about the group, having talked about the moves incoming, etc. Guys, let's talk about the need to break through this level of support. Let's just call this on the 4 hourly. We're on the 4 hourly. I think it's a nice, probably the best time frame to look at in terms of this, because it gives you a real threshold of this lower line here, this lower line, 18,128. And it's interesting with this, it would be this lower target of that 4 hourly Bollinger Band to the downside is still going to have us up and above this specific pivot. The pivot on the, we'll call that on the 4 hourly, the preceding pivot here at that 18,000, right at about that 18,100, 18,000 flat. So let me go ahead and pull this over just for a moment. I want to express one thing very importantly about equities, and I hope you guys can pay attention to this as you're looking at Bitcoin, as you're looking at the NASDAQ as well. They're both misbehaving. I want to explain in what regard. All right, the Dow and the S&P 500 have reached new lows, okay? If you look at that, the Dow and the S&P 500 have reached new lows for the year. Well, Bitcoin's not in that category, right? It hasn't reached a new low for the year. Neither has the NASDAQ, the tech sector of the United States. So when you look at correlatives, first of all, I want you to understand that the NASDAQ is the best place to look for your correlation. Now, understand also that Bitcoin trades 7 days a week. The NASDAQ doesn't trade 7 days a week. So we're going to front run at times. At times Bitcoin will front run, meaning go before or go a little bit after the NASDAQ, okay? So you'll think we've decoupled, right? But in essence, essentially, you're looking at just the kind of the weekend factor, right? 2 extra trade days. It's just, what is that, guys? 2/7. That'd be a little bit over 25% additional time to trade, not including the off hours, of course, right? So when we look at right now the fact that the Dow and please pay attention, the Dow and the S&P 500 have reached new lows, what we can confirm is that the NASDAQ, it's very interesting, guys. The NASDAQ has not broken down from this preceding low here. Let's go ahead and frame this up well. You see the NASDAQ on the right-hand side? Yeah, the NASDAQ is right there with the Bitcoin chart. We're still hovering up and above, but let's look at very quickly just so that you understand. Let's look at not the dollar index. Hello, the dollar index is screaming through the roof. Looking at and where is the Dow? There we go. There's the Dow. Look at the Dow having poured down and through. You see the NASDAQ on the right-hand side. Look at the Dow. Boom, new lows. You see that. Let's look at S&P 500. Boom, it's down. So as we look at these features, understand, okay, we have right now, we have the Dow and the, pay attention, it's very good. We have the Dow and the S&P 500 front loading, right? They're essentially they're the front movers in the market. I'd say comparatively to the NASDAQ, right? We have it's just very important because the Dow, let's go to, this is the NASDAQ here on the right. The Dow has already gone, pay attention to this, guys, has already, boom, moved to the downside. The S&P has already, boom, moved to the downside. This is on the daily chart, right? So the NASDAQ, one of the strangest things we've seen in a while, but it's the market. Expect surprises, right? As you would look at this, the NASDAQ has held, Bitcoin has held. we have not released this specific level. So in terms of that, it feels like, I'll tell you, it feels like a pitcher on the mound in baseball that's winding up, and we are the fastball in that hand of the 100-mile-an-hour pitcher. I'm going to tell you guys. So we're looking within the framework that it looks like we're operating, or it seems like we're operating a bit behind, just a bit behind in the context of I'd say this feels like a setup, I'll tell you, with the risk on assets, that tech sector on the right-hand side versus the Dow and the S&P, more of those blue chips, institutional. They've made the move, and the NASDAQ and Bitcoin have not. So to the extent that we are looking for downside price action, we would appreciate the opportunity for Bitcoin to catch up to these lower this lower move. Now, I've already lined out on the weekly that we have breached that level on the weekly for Bitcoin. Pay attention to that, guys. We have breached that level of support, which is angled on the weekly. That's an important component of your understanding of the market right now. An important component of your understanding of the market is that on the weekly we have a little bit of a different look. Now, Bitcoin on the weekly, my favorite level. You know this is the reason I talk about it. Guys, appreciate your patience. Looking at this specific boom, that level at 12,000 to 13,000, really 12,000, boom, sitting really tightly on that level. We're going to say 11,500, 11,700. I want to get back to that flat top resistance, ascending line of support. I want the VIP to be able to have the ability to deploy heavy reserve cash, which I've been talking about since the very top. Boom, we want that at the lower level, guys. That return to function, return to flat top resistance, ascending line of support, that return to function is commonly seen on ascending triangles. That's the weekly chart. We really, I'm going to say technically at some point, we need to see a return to that level to gauge whether or not it can, as New York Institute of Finance would say, whether or not we can use that flat top resistance as a foundation or support level for future price action. One caveat in the charts on the weekly, just to be fully demonstrative of the technicals involved, is a bit of a, let's see what's going on here, guys, a little bit of a descending wedge. Now, it is a descending wedge that is not technically a strong continuation pattern to the upside because we don't have much of a move beforehand. However, that on the weekly is what is currently trying to hold. So bulls, don't give up hope just yet. You know, the preceding level here in that 2017, December 2017 level, still trying to hold. I'm going to tell you, you need to get there in terms of pricing with momentum. Pay attention to the dynamics that were involved on that daily. Okay, the daily momentum needs to turn around. Bulls, if you can do it, let's see you do it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, and I say that not to couch anything. Yesterday we were in the back before the big pump to the upside, and I said, guys, bulls, you know, we can do this. Hello, we're bulls, guys. But to tell you, this can be done if we can get together and do it. It was an ascending triangle then, and bam, we did it. A lot of trades going on in the back. I want to invite you to be a part of our trade group today. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Boom, this specific link will allow you to join. That's our Twitter link, guys, and but you can join right there on YouTube. Join today, the #1 trade group, over 130 VIP. Join the first month, and if you're not in VIP, you're missing out, especially as we look at the ability, guys, for you to use the indicator that literally caught the top, guys, caught this 4-hourly golden short today. Beautifully well done. Let's review that just so you see one more time. That was sweet. We caught that in the back, and beautifully well done. Boom. Looking at that catch. Boom. Golden short. Bam. To the downside. Beautiful. Want to make sure you guys have access to that indicator. It's only for VIP. It is a perk. Now, put I am VIP on the first pinned tweet once you have joined, guys, and only once you have joined. Then that'll put you in touch with me. Once you respond to that first pin tweet, put I am VIP, and that'll put you in touch with me. I will put you in the back. We will make you part of the winner's circle. Maybe you can have that next 1,500% day like Gulshan. Gulshan, congratulations. Like Venus, multiple, guys. So many triple-digit trades in the back today. Just beautiful. Venus, congratulations. Excited to be building with you in 2022. Crown Jewel of Southern California. If you want to be a part of VIP or part of that building process 2022 or here beyond, I would tell you the time to build is when, guys, in a bear market. You guys know this. You know this. Don't be a Johnny-come-lately on that bull market. Oh, let's start to build in a bull market, guys. Unwise. I'll tell you, guys, in terms of Bybit incoming, We're going to say that for the development team and app for Bybit that we have hired to bring the VIP their own website, chat rooms, dedicated technical guys, know-how. It's going to be awesome, guys. Really excited about the VIPtrader.com. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Exciting to see that our indicator is kicking tail and taking names. We'll talk to you guys soon. We will be trading in the back. Shout out with any comments or questions below. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.